What's up, fellow collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be a curator today. Guys, more fun here on a Monday. We don't really do a lot on Mondays, but I got the coffee going, and I just couldn't hold off on this one. This is too much fun right here. So I came down to the museum and wanted to share this big guy with you guys. Another RC collectible for the museum today, guys. We've added another fantastic RC vehicle, if you will, slash action figure, and a few more things. This guy can do it all. From Jada Toys, we give you the Transformers RC vehicle, Optimus Prime. Converts between robot and truck. Guys, this is the fun part about being a toy collector. You're in a store, in a toy aisle, and you come across something that takes you back to yesteryear. And the Transformers, growing up in the 1980s, the cartoons were super cool. The toys were super cool. And this fantastic vehicle robot, the concept itself was fantastic. To have robots that could take the form or transform into vehicles. And Optimus Prime was one of my absolute favorites. And we'll try him. He's got the famous Try Me lights and sounds Optimus Prime voice. He's a RC vehicle. So here's our controller. And that powerful voice, the voice of Peter Cullen. And Peter Cullen does I checked on YouTube. He explains how that whole process, how he got the part for Optimus Prime's voice. He explains the process and all the techniques he used to create Optimus Prime's voice pattern, behaviors. It's a really cool video. But the toy, the amount of decision making went into, for me, to pick up and purchase this toy. This is a very expensive toy, guys. This wasn't I see something and I'm gonna immediately buy it. I don't do things like that anymore. I really have to like anything that I'm gonna pay this type of money for. He's over $70. He's over $70. I found him in Target. I've been debating and debating and debating, because this was going to be, at any point, was going to be a guilty purchase, if you will. Because I wanted this figure, but I thought $70 was too much for him. So I said, you know what? I'm going to have to move budget money around and wait on this figure. And that's what I did. I really just kind of bided my time. I was in Kentucky. I saw this figure at a Target. Wherever state I'm visiting, I always check out the Targets and the Walmarts and stuff. You never know what they got in there. They might have something that my Target or Walmart in Ohio doesn't possess. But I saw this guy in there, and I didn't pull the trigger then in Kentucky. I said, okay. I was in Pittsburgh. I didn't pull the trigger then. I saw him in there. So I finally pulled the trigger. And it's one of the best purchases I think I've made in a long time, because it really satisfied that itch that I had. This figure, I always wanted a Transformer. But I wanted the Transformer to actually transform. Okay. I wanted him to be able to transform by himself. I didn't want to have to, manually transform him. And those toys are fantastic. And nothing against those toys. But I wanted my Optimus Prime to transform by himself. Or at least with the aid of the convert button here. And that's what this Transformer can do. This is what this Optimus Prime can do. The Autobots. Fantastic packaging. And that's another thing with these giant. This guy's massive. He's chunky. He's a big chunky guy. He's massive. But these boxes here, every time I would find one, the boxes would be damaged. It seemed like Target would only put 2 out at a time. So good luck finding one, out of only 2. So this box was in fantastic condition. So I said, you know what? I gotta have it. We'll spin him around a little bit. And this gives you a good clean shot here. I told you guys I'll be adding more RC vehicles. And what better way to lead the rest of my RC vehicles than to have Optimus Prime running my fleet of RC vehicles. There was a Transformer Optimus Prime about a couple years ago that Hasbro Pulse put out, and he was much bigger than this one, that did a ton of things. I mean, it was off the charts. You can't even call it a toy though. And that was the thing. It was like $700. And now probably on a secondary market, that's over probably, I would say maybe $1,500–$1,600, maybe even $2,000 now. Good luck finding one of those, but it's $700. My Hasbro Pulse put their Optimus Prime Transformer robot out, and and when I say he does everything, he does everything. This one does enough for me, and this one for me, at some point, it stops being a toy, and we are a toy museum, not a robotics museum. And I think that's the Hasbro Pulse Optimus Prime robot, Transformer, that I believe that's more of a robotics field. That's in that category. It's not a toy. For $70 for this guy to be able to transform into the big rig that he transforms into, that's good enough for me. And like I said, you can control him with his remote in truck form and as Optimus Prime. You can move him around like this too. Here's the wheels. side there. You got some more wheels down there. The tires, I should say. This gigantic truck here. The cab area is massive. And right here, you can make him talk here. The audio right here. I want to say there's batteries in there, but for here, just for demo purposes, his chest plate, I mean the grill part right here. Let's see.
I've returned, more powerful than ever.
Let's see what else he says.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Headlights in his eyes light up.
Let's roll. Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime. Activate. Don't let the Decepticons win this race. Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost. Let's roll.
I'm having too much fun, guys.
Activate.
And you can pull up any YouTube video that has this guy and see the actual transformation that he does from Optimus Prime to a truck to a truck to Optimus Prime. So you can actually see him in action. Our Optimus Prime is for museum purposes only, and like I said, because the box is just designed so it's M.I.B and display friendly, so it's fantastic. You got the hologram here, material here that shows you him actually transforming from Optimus to the big red rig here. Awesome. Guys, your thoughts, your opinions. We want to hear it all, guys. We're going to turn this box around too and let you check the back. And before anybody asks, yes, he has that cool sound also. You didn't hear it here, but when he transforms, he makes that cool sound. He makes that cool sound when he's transforming from Optimus Prime into the truck and from the truck back into Optimus Prime. So yes, he does. You can see got the stacks back there. Head sculpt's fantastic. Like I said, this guy is massive. He's just super chunky. He's one of my favorite toys in the museum, and that's saying a lot. That's really saying a lot, because I love the Transformers, and I always wanted a Transformer when I was younger, and the Transformers were out in the early 80s, what, 80, 84, 85, somewhere around there, and they brought the toys out. I thought the toys was really cool. But I made mention of this back in 84 and 1985. Wouldn't it be cool if these guys could transform themselves without any assistance? And that's where we're at with our technology now, with these toys. Now Optimus Prime, I have an Optimus Prime, a large, massive one. He's well over 12 inches tall, that can transform by himself. And you have the luxury of a RC vehicle as well. Driving him as a big truck. So let's turn this guy around. And this is why I keep the plastic here. It makes turning these things, these giant. He's heavy. It's very heavy, but it moves much better on this surface. Get your blown out look here. Just great box art. And this is why I can't bring myself to destroy these beautiful boxes. Guys, do you have this figure, this RC vehicle figure in your collection? Are you looking for it? Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being fantastic, I give this guy an 11. He's off the charts. This is how he looks in Optimus Prime form, and then this is how he looks in truck form. And yes, the wheels are rubber, I believe. Take some batteries, lights. He rolls, he sounds. These are all the different directions he can go. Now listen, he's a big truck, so don't expect a Formula One type driving ability from Optimus Prime. So I'm sure I've heard that he's very clumsy. It's the turns are extremely wide, but what do you expect from a semi truck, right? And he's a $70 toy, not a $700 toy. But that's what makes him that much more charming, is the fact that, yeah, I'll go this way. Oh, here you go. Here's some more. Lights up. Eyes light up. Fantastic. Working, we saw that, working headlights. And full function RC. So it operates just like my Sharper Image burnout drifter car, race car. But he can turn into Optimus Prime. And that puts him over the top in the coolness department. Guys, your thoughts, your opinions, we want to hear it all. Right in the comments section, right underneath this video. Let's hear him again here.
I've returned, more powerful than ever.
You need leverage to really get this guy going here. Let me see.
Greetings, friend. I am Optimus Prime. Don't let the Decepticons win this race.
All right, guys. The little kid inside of me has completely taken over, because I'm all the way back to my early teen years of excitement, just dealing with this, seeing this up close and personal, and finally having this beautiful toy in my museum collection. So like I said, I've scratched that itch of not being able to find this guy, get in the right condition that I wanted him in, and being able to purchase him and feel good about spending $70 on one toy. So I think I'm satisfied for the time being with my museum toys. I'm curious. I'm going to reach in here and see. Yes, the tires are rubber. I had to see. But most RC vehicles, tires are rubber anyway. But yes, he has real rubber tires. Just a charming toy. And you see he's locked in there pretty good. I got him locked in there. He's like I say, he's extremely heavy. Now I'm curious. Let me see. Now so there's no batteries in here. So you got to put the batteries in here. So you don't have batteries in there. You have to get the batteries. Unless it has one of those strips. or the switches on the other side. Guys, that's all from the museum today on a Monday. I'm going to go finish up my coffee and relax a little bit and finish just enjoying this fantastic Optimus Prime RC converting vehicle Autobot. And from us here at the museum and from Optimus Prime,
Let's roll.
you heard him, guys. God bless. Stay safe and keep collecting.